Welcome back. This is the second half of section 1.7, and this will be there's only two videos for 1.7. I split it up because it was a lot of word problems, and wanted to kind of break it up for you. We're going to move on to work rate problems, often just called work problems, and we're going to just jump right down into it. So a park fountain has two sprinklers which are used to fill a fountain. One sprinkler can fill the fountain in 3 hours, while the second sprinkler can fill the fountain in 6 hours. How long will it take to fill the fountain with both sprinklers operating? So let's talk rates. And let's start with the first sprinkler that they mentioned, the one sprinkler. So one sprinkler. The rate is going to be one fountain in 3 hours. The second sprinkler can do the one fountain in 6 hours. Let's start by letting X be the time together. Meaning both are turned on, both the sprinklers are turned on. So together, the rate is going to be one fountain in X hours. It stands to reason that if I take these two rates and add them up, I should get the combined. So that gives me the equation of 1/3 plus 1/6 equals 1 over X. Not too bad. Actually, this is going to be a very common pattern for most of these. Okay, the individual rate plus the individual rate equals the combined rate. And I'm going to multiply through by the LCD, which in this case is 6x. 6 divided by 3 is the 2, so that's 2x. 6 divided by 6x is just x. And 6x divided by x is just 6. Two hours. It stands to reason that it's going to be less time because all by itself, this one takes only 3 hours. So it's got to be something less than 3 hours as an answer. And it is. So the rest of our examples that we're going to be doing are going to follow a similar pattern. Some of them vary slightly. A plumber can install a garbage disposal in 45 minutes. With the plumber's assistant helping, the task would take 30 minutes. How long would it take the assistant working alone to complete this task? So on the last one, we had the two individual but didn't know the combined. For this one, we know the combined. And we know one of the individuals. So I'm going to let X equal the time for the assistant alone. Well, I'm going to set up a similar pattern. So the plumber can do it in 45 minutes. The assistant, we don't know. So that's 1 over X. And that's going to be combined, it's 1 over 30. So notice the setup is different between these. The unknown is the together. This one, we know the together, we want the individual. So LCD in this case is 90x. $90 divided by 45 is just 2x plus. So x divided by x is just left with 90. And here, 90 divided by 30 is 3x. All I need to do is subtract the 2x to both sides to get that x equals 90 minutes. And it stands to reason that the assistant is going to take longer than the plumber, since the plumber most likely is more experienced. So it's going to take him or her about half the time it would take the assistant by him or herself. And then together, 30. Number 10 is a little challenging. I'm not going to put it in this video, but I offer it to you as a challenge problem. Number 11 is a little different. So in this case, we have one inlet pipe can fill an empty pool in 6 hours, and a drain can empty the pool in 10 hours. How long will it take the pipe to fill the pool if the drain is left open? So basically, when the drain is closed, this pipe can fill it in 6 hours. If this pipe is turned off, it can drain it in 10 hours. They want to know, what if they leave the pipe on and the drain open? Well, let's start here. Let x equal time for both. Now, what's different about this one is because one is filling and one is draining, we're going to end up with the 1/6 now minus 1/10, because the drain is taking it away. And that's going to equal for us the 1/x. And I believe 30x is going to be the LCD for us. 30x. 30/6 is just 5x. 30/10 is 3x. This just gives us 30. As the x is reduced. So 2x equals 30, which means x equals 15. And these are hours. So if you were trying to fill the pool and accidentally left the drain on, it would take a total of 15 hours. And it stands to reason it's going to take longer, right? Because it's draining while it's being filled. All right, we're to the last part here. Interest word problems. And we're just going to deal with simple interest. The interest for simple interest is P times R times T. Here we go. An investment club put part of $10,000 in a 9.5 annual simple interest account and the remainder in a 14% annual simple interest account. The amount of interest earned for 1 year was $1,085. How much was invested in each account? All right, so let's start with, let x equal the amount invested at 9.5%. Now the rest of it is going to be the 10,000 minus x, right? If this is 6,000, then what's left is 4,000, right? 10,000 minus 6,000. So this is the amount. Oops, I missed the n there, didn't I? Invested at 14%, yes. So if I take the amount invested at 9.5% plus the amount invested at the 14%, how much interest is earned? Well, this is going to give us 0.095 times x plus 0.14 times 10,000 minus x should equal the total, 1,085. So we have, we could multiply by 1,000 or something like that and get these wacky huge numbers, but we don't need to. 0.095x plus 0.14 times 10,000. 1,400 minus 0.14x equals 1,085. I'm going to combine these up. So 0.095 minus 0.14 negative 0.045x. I'm also going to subtract 1400 both sides. 1085 minus 1400 equals negative 315, and I'm going to divide by that negative divided by negative 0.045 gives us 7,000. $7,000 at 9.5%. And that means 10,000 minus that means 3,000 at 14%. All right, let us move on to the next one. Last one. This one's gonna be similar in its own way. An investment of $4,000 is made at an annual simple interest rate of 12%. How much additional money must be invested at an annual simple interest rate of 8% so that the total interest earned is 10% of the total investment? Okay. So we're going to start with, let's let X be the amount invested at 8%. And so we have $4,000 at 12% plus the interest earned here. So this is going to be 0.08 times X. And we should end up with 0.1. Now, to be clear, the total money invested is 4,000 plus X. At 10% for the total investment. Total investment is X plus 4,000. So there's our equation. 2 times 4,000. 80 plus 0.08x equals 0.1x plus 0.1 times 4,000 is 400. And I'm going to do a switcheroo here, minus 0.1x minus 0.1x. And this way, minus 480 minus 480. We're going to end up with 0.08 minus 0.1. Right. Negative 0.02x equals, and 400 minus 480 is going to be negative 80. Divide both sides by negative 0.02. Notice the negatives are going to cancel. So I have 80 divided by 0.02, $4,000. So X equals 4,000, which means the answer is $4,000 at 8%. Not too bad.